ice, my tone, my cologne, and the way I roll. You ain't no king.
It's legit, you know it's a hit when the Neptunes and the doggy dog finna spit. You know he's in tune with the season. Come in, baby, tell me why you leaving.
What's up, guys? It's Nuke here, and today I'm going to be doing my FIFA 14 predictions, and this time it's going to be for Man City. If first you're wondering why there's a blank space there, I will tell you later in the video, so just wait for that. So first in goal, we're going to have Joe Hart. He's had a pretty decent season, but he hasn't really, he's messed up quite a bit, and he hasn't really been on his top form, to be honest. But I did keep his card rating the same, because when he's played for England, he has actually been pretty decent. He's played 38 games for Man City. I think he's, well, according to the stats, he was the only goalie to play in Premier League games. Not sure if that's true or not, but yeah, so he's played 38 games for Man City. Next, we're going to have Clichy. He has played 26 games, scored 0 goals and 2 assists, which isn't too great, to be honest, but I think when he has been playing, he's been pretty decent, even though stats don't live up to how he's been playing. So I kept his rating at 80, the same as FIFA 13. Next, we're going to have Company. He has played, he has played 26 games, scored 1 goal and 0 assists, which again isn't too brilliant, but when he has been playing, he's been pretty decent. So I did keep his card exactly the same, an 85 rated card. Next, we're going to have Nastasic. He has played 21 games and scored 0 goals and 0 assists, which isn't too good, to be honest, but again, same as Company and Clichy, when he has been playing, he's been pretty decent, even though his stats don't live up to how he's been playing. So I did put him up to a 79 rated card. He was 75 before, 75 non-shiny, but I put him up to a 79 shiny because I think he deserves that, especially as he's he's 20, I think, 19, so he's really young. Definitely deserves that 79 shiny card. Next, we're gonna have Zabaleta. I decided to put him up to a 81 shiny from 79 non-shiny because he's had a really great season. He's kept a lot of Man City right backs out from playing in the main team because of being so good. I put his pace up quite a bit because I think he deserves 77 or more pace, so I did put his pace up quite a bit. And yeah, I think he deserves an 81 rated card. He's played 29 games, scored 2 goals and 2 assists, which is alright. Next, we're going to have David Silva. He has played 29 games, scored 4 goals and 8 assists, which is alright, but I don't really think he deserves that 88 rating. I think 87 is right for him, maybe even 86. Next, we're going to have Torre. I think he might deserve an 86 or an 87 rated card. He's played 32 games, scored 7 goals and 5 assists. For a defensive or holding midfielder, I think that's really good, so I don't really think he deserves that 86 or 87 rated card. Next, we're going to have Nasri, who has played 22 games, scored 2 goals and 7 assists. I put him down to an 84 from an 85, purely because when he has been playing, although his stats aren't too bad, he hasn't really, as Mancini said, he's been pretty lazy on the pitch, and he hasn't really worked, obviously he hasn't worked hard on the pitch, and although he has scored 2 goals and 7 assists, I don't really think he deserves 85 rated card. I think 84 is right for him, or you know, if they're generous, EA might always keep his 85 rated card, but I think 84 is right for him. Next, we're going to have Fernandinho, who has recently transferred for 35 million, or 34, something like that. I think that's too much. I think 10 million, the 10 million mark would have been right for him, maybe 5 million, because he's 28, which is getting pretty old, and usually young signings cost around that much, or top players in the world, definitely not someone who's 28 who plays for Shakhtar Donetsk in the Ukrainian league. So, but you never know. I think he wasn't in FIFA 13, so I couldn't put him on there, unfortunately. He was in FIFA 12 though. I think he'll be an 81 rated card, maybe 80 rated shiny card. And by the looks of it, in FIFA 12 he was a pretty fast player. I'm not sure if you play FIFA 12, but I think he was like 85 pace or 84 pace, and he was quite defensive as well. Not too defensive, but I think he had 3 or 4 star skills, I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, he obviously he's Brazilian because of the Enio at the end of his name. Quite a lot of Brazilians have Enio at the end of their name. Next, we're going to have Jesus Navas, who has, for Sevilla, he's scored 1 goal and 6 assists, which is alright, it's not too brilliant, but he has played pretty decent, and he was in the team this season, so I think he deserves to keep that 85 rating. Next, we're going to have Aguero, who used to play up with Tevez in the 4-4-2 formation, I think. But now that Tevez has moved to Juventus, I think they'll focus on him. And I think if he would have been the top scorer if he hadn't been injured, I'm guessing that he will be next season. I'm not exactly sure because I think he's a really, really great talent. He's played 22 games, scored 12 goals and 2 assists, which is pretty decent, especially taking into consideration that he was injured. Next, we're going to have Maicon. Him and I'm actually going to skip on to Richards as well. They both were kept out playing because of Zabaleta being so good, and I think they're still. I think Maicon's still a really class player, even though he's getting quite old. Still think he's a really class player. He just didn't have a chance to play. He only played 4 games, scored 0 goals and 0 assists. Richards played 7 games, scored 0 goals and 0 assists. Same. I decided to put him down from an 84 to an 80. Unfortunately, even though I still think he's got the class of an 84 rated card. And same with Richards. I kept his card exactly the same. So next we're going to have Dzeko. I put him up to an 84 rated card from an 83. He's played 16 games, scored 14 goals and 3 assists, which is really decent. And he looks like an alright card. Not too brilliant, to be honest, in the pace department and the heading. Well, his heading's alright actually, but yeah, he's pretty tall and strong. Definitely going to be a good card in FIFA 14. Next we're going to have Lescott. He has played 17 games, scored 1 goal and 0 assists, which isn't too brilliant, but I think he's played pretty decent when he's played for England and for Man City, so I think he deserves that 81 rated card still. Next we can have Barry. He's played 27 games, scored 1 goal and 2 assists, which isn't too decent. It's alright for centre defensive mid, but I don't really think he's played that well, to be honest. I think he deserves an 80 rated card instead of an 81. And deserves to keep that non-shiny card. Definitely not a shiny card. Next, we're gonna have Milner, who I really like him because he can play on the wing or in midfield or attacking midfield. I really like the fact that he can play in lots of different positions. He's been pretty decent for England and for Man City. He's played 20 games, scored 4 goals and 3 assists, which is pretty decent. And he looks like a pretty decent card. All over 70 or 71 actually. So that looks like a pretty decent card, and I would like to see him be an 81 rated card. Next we're gonna have already on Richards. So next we're gonna have Javi Garcia. He has played 17 games, scored 2 goals and 0 assists. And everyone was expecting him to be a really good player when he moved in, but unfortunately he hasn't really lived up to that. So he didn't. So I put him down to a 79 for an 80 rated card. And he looks like an alright card because of his defensive stats, but apart from that, that's about it, because all his other stats are in the 60s or the 70s. And next we're going to have Kolarov, who has played 11 games, scored 1 goal and 2 assists, which is alright, and I put him up to a 79 rated card because I think he's had a pretty average season, and I think he deserves that. Definitely doesn't deserve a 78 card or an 80 card. I think 79 is right for him. Next, we're going to have Rodwell, who's only played 6 games. He scored 2 goals, though, in those 6 games, and 0 assists. And I think he plays centre mid still, and I think he still deserves that 77 rated card. Don't really think he deserves an upgrade or a downgrade. Next, we're going to have Scott Sinclair, who's played 2 games, scored 0 goals and 0 assists, so I can't really judge him on his statistics. He's been alright when he's playing, but I don't really think he deserves an upgrade. He's still really young, though. I'd love to see him go down, actually, to a silver, because silver's worth more, obviously, and then you can put him in silver teams instead of a low-rated gold. A high-rated silver is much better. Next, we're going to have Pepe, who there have been lots of articles talking about him moving from Man City, and I'd love to use him and Company and FIFA because they're both really pacey centre-backs. He has played 26 games, scored 1 goal and 1 assist, which is pretty decent, and I think he deserves to maintain that 85 rating. Finally, we're going to have Negredo, who might move, but I wouldn't like to see him move because I would like to see Aguero shine. He's scored 31 goals, I think, in around 40 games, and 1 assist, which is really decent. He looks like a pretty decent card apart from his pace. He lacks quite a bit of pace, but thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment and subscribe, and put in the comments below, same as usual, what team you want me to do next. So yeah, thanks for watching.